everyone, this is Athena from Courage Coaching. I hope you are doing well today. Thank you for stopping by my channel. If you are new here, then please click on the subscribe button in order to receive notifications for any new videos that I upload. Today's topic is collusion. So collusion is essentially an act, whether that is conscious or unconscious, that allows the more obvious abuse to continue in a dysfunctional family home or in an organization. Collusion essentially means that an individual allows abuse to happen without doing anything to stop it or without speaking up about the abuse. Now, sadly, this happens in many dysfunctional homes where the parent that is abusing the child continues to do so without the other parent doing anything to stop this. So although there may be people that are aware that abuse is going on, they are too scared to speak up about it, or they prefer not to speak up about it. It might also be that they are in denial about the abuse, and they prefer to turn a blind eye to the abuse rather than to speak up about it. And sadly, the abuser in a family setting remains to be unchallenged by the other parent, and it is something that the abuser gets away with because the other parent doesn't do anything about it. The other parent needs to speak up about this and needs to do something to protect the child. So this would basically look like that parent leaving the other parent, leaving the relationship, and moving away with the child to somewhere safe, like a refuge, for instance. That is when a parent protects the child from the abuse and isn't committing an act of collusion. But sadly, in most cases, the parents do not leave the abuse. They stay in this dysfunction and they allow the abuse to continue. And sometimes even when the child confronts the other parent and says, "Do you know what, Mum? Dad has been sexually abusing me for years." And the mother replies, "Well, that's not what I think has happened." Or the mother doesn't validate the child's feelings and doesn't validate the child's truth and just allows the father to continue sexually abusing their child. Then this is obviously detrimental to the child's life, to the child's health. There is severe trauma that is caused by this. Collusion can be far more devastating for any victim. Another thing that collusion does is that it not only perpetuates bad or abusive behavior, but it can also make the recipient of this abuse feel less convicted in their own experience. It's hard for the victim in an abusive family to stay rooted and grounded in reality, in the reality of what is actually happening, in the reality that they are being abused. And this happens when the other parent doesn't believe them, when the other parent doesn't do anything about the abuse or doesn't validate their experience. And this can make the victim feel more crazy. They may start doubting themselves and start saying, "Am I the one with the issues if Mum doesn't even believe that Dad is abusing me?" So the child, in this case the victim, starts doubting their own reality. And this is like gaslighting, because they cannot believe that the other parent wouldn't protect them. Sadly, collusion is not only something that happens in a dysfunctional family. It is something that you see in every culture and in different communities and organizations, sadly. It does commonly occur in families, but you will notice it in institutions, in churches. It is not okay to be the person that allows abuse to happen, that allows wrongdoing to happen. We must always speak up when we see something bad happening. And sadly, the degree of collusion that we witness is usually correlated with the power that the perpetrator holds. So the more powerful the perpetrator, the more you will notice that there is collusion in the people involved with that perpetrator. If the perpetrator has money, if the perpetrator is somebody in a very high power position, the people that are close to this individual will be very, very scared to speak up about the truth. The perpetrator can pay them off to keep quiet, can threaten them. So unfortunately, this happens all the time. You know, it happens in politics. It happens in very, very powerful positions in churches. I mean, we've heard about the abuse that goes on, you know, in Catholic churches. The more collusion that we witness, that we find, the more shocked we are. So if in a family we find out that the mother didn't speak up about the father abusing the child, this is already horrific, right? This is already shocking. But in institutions, in churches, when you realize that there have been so many people that haven't spoken up about any wrongdoing or any abuse, the more shocking it is that whole communities can cover up abusive acts. People in schools, people in orphanages. There are so many awful stories of abuse where so many people did not speak up about what was really happening. If you would like to share your experience about collusion, then please feel free to do so in the comments below this video. And thank you so much for listening today and for watching. I will see you in my next video, and until then, take care.